when you're exposed to people doing greater things, when you're exposed to a culture of people, like-minded individuals that want greater. So to much is given, much is required. But when you have that exposure, your expectations change. So I would tell you to immerse yourself in all things great. Definitely challenge yourself to do it. And it's about putting back into your business.
All right, welcome to my podcast where I chat with real estate agents. We talk about their success and challenges, the strategies that they're facing, and tips for anyone to be successful in this competitive and rewarding field. Whether you are a new agent or a seasoned veteran or just curious about the industry, this podcast is for you. So sit back and relax and enjoy the show. Today, my guest is Kimberly Augustine. Welcome. Please introduce yourself and which market you're out of.
Awesome. Well, first and foremost, thank you, Laura, for having me. I consider it to truly be a privilege to share this space with you, man. So, again, my name is Kim Augustine. I am here in Houston, Texas, one of the fourth largest cities in the country, and I absolutely love what I do.
Very cool. Very cool. Houston is like my second hometown, as I call it.
It is. It is your home.
I get there a lot. So, Kimberly, what's your background before you got in real estate, and how many years have you been in real estate?
So before I got in real estate, I was in the oil and gas industry for 17 years, did that. And I kind of started real estate maybe 10 years or maybe 11 years into my corporate job, right? So just started doing it as a part-time job, wanting it a part-time opportunity just for vacation money. Wanted, my kids to just have these phenomenal vacations, right? And not worry about how I was going to pay for it. So I started doing real estate on a part-time basis and just kind of grew over that. Oil and gas was getting a little rough. I was just taking too much of a headache and sat down with my husband one day and he was like, look, this is what you made in real estate part-time. Imagine what you were doing full-time. You don't really need to take the stress of this industry, of the oil and gas industry, give it an opportunity, give it a shot. And so we devised a plan and left the oil and gas industry. And so now I've been doing real estate full-time 5 years now.
Wow, 5 years. Okay.
Yeah.
How many other brokerages have you been with? Where did you come from before you joined EXP?
So in my tenure of real estate, I've only been with 3 brokerages, 2 of them mom and pop and 1 Remax. And I was with a mom and pop, a smaller brokerage right before coming to EXP to help a friend. She was starting out a new brokerage and so wanted to help her. And it was a no-brainer, right? At 100% commission, really didn't have to do anything. She just wanted, winners in her stable. And so that was, it was just a no-brainer. I was really unhappy at the Remax office. And so took a shot and just sat there with her for a while and then decided that that's not for me. So let's give EXP a try.
Interesting. So you left a 100% commission place for EXP, which is a 80-20 split. Why?
So without giving too much of the backstory, during COVID, just kind of hit with the what if, right? Trying to think beyond the transaction, like where's my money going? What am I doing? And what am I getting, at this 100% brokerage? And I wasn't a good manager of money, so to speak. I was still just, doing great business, but it just wasn't enough. And I was going out pulling a lot of business on my own. Being at 100%, there wasn't any systems to teach me how to lead generate. There wasn't any systems that really kind of just had a strong CRM. So there wasn't really any resources for me to tap into to grow a better book of business, if that makes sense. And so sat down with a good friend now, I consider to be a good friend, and kind of talked about my challenges. And when they shared with me what EXP offered, I was just like, okay, all right, maybe. And that maybe I sat with it for about a week or so. And the next thing you know, I was off to the races.
Very cool. So sounds like you were looking for that support as well as technology that was missing. How has your experience been with the technology and the support from the brokers at EXP that you deal with?
Absolutely phenomenal. I will say this, coming from Remax, right? Which Remax spends about $11 million a year in advertising alone. Coming from the big balloon, just people knowing automatically they knew Remax, right? And going into EXP, I have found it to be like night and day. And what I've learned, the biggest thing that I absolutely love about EXP is it's taught me how to be a business owner, right? It's really developed me as an entrepreneur and a business owner as opposed to a transactional agent. Within Remax, I never felt like, or I never understood the dynamics or the narrative of being a business owner. It was just transaction, like, how to go out and get this repetition of calling, of trying to get clients. But within EXP, this brokerage has just taught me literally how to be a business owner and put things in place that have allowed me to do that. I mean, and not just through technology, but through hands-on experience of working with other entrepreneurs. I mean, I can tap in and ask any agent within the EXP platform, and they don't mind stopping to give me 2 to 3 minutes or 30 minutes or an hour of their time to work out issues or situations that I've come across to make me better. And I love that.
All right. So yeah, that sounds amazing that you are now focusing more on the business aspect of being a real estate agent. How do you feel like, what's the next step for you that has EXP has provided for you to grow to expand your business, right? For your agent business to get beyond being, like you said, a transactional agent. What's your plan next that you're working on?
So get this, okay? So before, like I said, so I've had my license now 15 years, but within the last 5, I've been focused mainly just only having real estate as my bread and butter. But during that time, no one ever, now mind you, that's a very long time, Laura, right? We in real estate, you can make a lot of money just off of one transaction. And even being at 100% brokerage, I remember my largest commission check being like $48,000 because we had done a $1.5 million sale. But nevertheless, my check sitting there on the living room table, and I never had anybody to speak to me about buying my own property, right? Doing something other than, just living off the check. Like where's the investment aspect of it? Like what are you going to do? And that's the mindset in the 100% brokerage, right? There's nothing after you get your check and, hey, that's you've given us our 250 or whatever that fee looks like, and you go on. But within in EXP, I've found the ability to be a broker within a brokerage, right? And not pay the cost. So that has allowed me, I've now grown to 16 agents. And it's more, so I feed back into those 16. We have weekly sessions. We meet up monthly, sometimes 2 to 3 times a month, and just hang out. I take some of the reward that I receive with them being in my downline, and I put it back into them to help grow their business. So it's an ever growing exchange between individuals. I think the biggest thing that EXP has taught me, it's just not a rev share window, right? I literally, my cousins, they were trying to recruit me for 2 years. But the only thing they shared with me was, hey, your downline's going to be amazing. Your downline's going to be amazing. And there was nothing else until I talked to someone else. And so there was like unlearning all of this bad behavior, all this bad information that I'd received about EXP. And man, I'm telling you, so we are now building our first property. We broke ground. We are pouring concrete this week, actually, pouring the foundation. So that's how EXP has grown me as an individual. And now I can actually say I'm a builder, not just. So I'm a builder, a broker. These are the opportunities that I've been afforded since coming over to EXP. And I'm not going to even talk about my 401k at this point. That's just icing on top of the cake.
You mean the stocks?
Yeah, I call it my 401k, just the building on the building. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing. Congratulations on that new construction build. And you're building that to sell, right?
Yes,
not
we
to
are
for the
building
living.
that to sell. Yes, we are. It's been a challenge, but it's been growth in ways that I couldn't even imagine. The development has been amazing, but like I said, being under the umbrella of EXP, there's not been a challenge that I've just been fearful of. It's been amazing. It's just real cool.
Yeah, that is really amazing. That's one of my goals too. So maybe I will have to have a chat offline one of these days about that.
Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. But I just want to highlight. So you're able to now build your own brokerage per se under EXP's brokerage, and you have a group of 16. That's amazing. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And not only are you able to bring these agents over to partner with you, right? They're your partners. They're just not just agents under you. So, like you said, you are helping them to be successful, and by them being successful, you yourself also receive a small award in that success. So that is essential, of course, for it to be a healthy working relationship both ways. Not only that, it allows them to follow in your success. They can do the same.
Absolutely.
So, like with other brokerages, I mean, whenever you bring in an agent and they become too successful or they become too good, they might start looking for other places to grow, to have their own brokerage. That might be their goal. But at EXP, where it allows agents to continue to build their own, they can have their own brokerage partners under them, and they can reproduce your success and build on that as well. And that's all
Absolutely.
great. They can also stay with EXP and everything. So that's awesome. So in your opinion, you've been an agent for 15 years. You've seen the hardships, right? The challenges as an agent. What do you think sets like successful agents, whether they're with EXP, without EXP, whatever brokerage they're with? What makes an agent successful, in your opinion?
So in my personal opinion, right? So I don't want any trolls to get in your video and start trying to beat me up, right? Because this is my personal opinion. I think that for agents, it's all about mindset. It's going to be about who you are as a person and creating that individualism into your brand and building that, regardless of if you're with EXP, any brokerage. The brokerage allows you to do your business, right? I tell people all the time, Texas is an at will state, so your employer can fire you any day. But with agent, this is an independent licensing situation. So you're an independent contractor and you can fire your broker at any point. You're not waiting on them to fire you. They don't care. You come in and you do the work, and you pay your commissions, whether it's 80/20, 70/30, 60/40, or just a transaction fee, but they'll let you sit there and die. But the goal here, in order for you to be a success, in order for you to plateau into perfection, or it's going to be you getting up every day and treating your business as though it is at a brick and mortar. You're getting up, you're turning the lights on, you're opening the door, you're putting that open sign up, and then you're getting to work. You have to have that kind of get up and go. When you were in corporate America or wherever you worked 9 to 5, you had to show up, you had to punch in. And you didn't get to punch out until it was quitting time. So the success is going to be what you do today determines what you make 30 days from today, especially in real estate. But it's going to be that consistency. So it's whether it's cold calling, whether it's door knocking, whether it's building relationship and going out to social venues, creating the environment that you want. I always tell people you need to be plugged into power. So if you're hanging around people that are just doing the same thing that you're doing, you can expect just that. But within EXP, I've found it the success because there's always somebody doing something greater and you have the power to plug into them. They're just there. So it's position, it's positioning, it's pushing, it's persistence, and just going after it.
Nice, very nice. I completely agree. It's a lot of seeing what you don't know, and once you realize what other people are doing and they're just like you, why can't you do it, right?
That's
So,
right.
so we do have a great opportunity coming up, EXPCon 2023 in Vegas, first week of October here. And since I do know that you've attended a major conference event before, what would your message be, your advice be for anybody who is hesitant to attend major conferences like this, whether it's EXP or another company's major conference? A lot of people think, I don't need to attend these pep rallies, these hoorah things to fire me up. What do you think? What do you have to say for them to get them in these rooms?
So I was them. I was that person. Laura, you experienced my excitement, right? I think I beat you up several times just in my excitement at our last engagement because that was my very first. I always thought, you don't need this. That's crazy. I mean, you don't. But it goes back to your last comment, right? When you're exposed to people doing greater things, when you're exposed to a culture of people, like-minded individuals that want greater. So, to much is given, much is required. But when you have that exposure, your expectations change. So I would tell you to immerse yourself in all things great. Definitely challenge yourself to do it. And it's about putting back into your business. You've made this money, take the challenge. You need to always be growing in education and then just different outlets, different opportunities. And within that conference that we were in back in May in Orlando, I was exposed to not just education, not just teaching, but I was exposed to people that had the drive and the push to want success. And that's just different, man. It's a different kind of energy. And you need to be in it. You need to be in it. It puts wind beneath your wings. It just gives you new life. And I loved everything about it. There was so much engagement. And it's funny because you think that, hey, these people that are making all this money, they're not going to share it, right? That they want it. They want to keep it. They're not going to share it. So different, so freaking different, man. They're just so engaged. They're so in tune to your success, you as an individual, and they were just open to share. And I loved it. So I'm definitely going to challenge myself going forward. I'm excited about EXPCon here in October. Yeah, it's just the exposure. It changes the expectation. It changes your outlook of who you are as an individual, who you are as a business owner, and it's a mind shift. So definitely get engaged, whether it's EXP or anybody that's putting on these events to engage you to think outside of the box. Definitely expose yourself to that for sure.
Awesome. Very good tips. Very good tips. Yeah. I kind of think of it like, you know how they say there's this where you grow a plant in a pot. It can only get so big as the pot. And so if if you don't know of anything else, that's as big as you're gonna ever get.
I
And
love
so
that. I love that, Laura. Wow. Yes. Yes. You can
yeah,
only get as big as the pot. Man, that's amazing. I love that.
no. I just thought of that. So. But anyways, Kim, I will see you in Vegas in October, and I want to thank you so much for your time, and I appreciate you.
Yeah, no,
Thank you.
man. I'll see you Thursday. We see each other Tuesdays and Thursdays. Don't get rid of me that fast.
That's right, our weekly masterminds. All
That's
right,
it.
thank you so much, Kim. Have a good day.
Hey, appreciate you too. Bye.